What's up, YouTube? My name is Mike, and if you've watched any of my previous 4 videos, you know that I actually have no idea what I am going to make the majority of my videos about. But I think I came up with a good idea today. It's only 10:28 and I have to go to work here in like 3 hours. But I think a good place to start for now is to go on really stupid, interesting rants, perchance, per se. Something like that. And what better to start with? I mean, I know it's going to be... I'm a little behind the curve here when it comes to rants, but this seems like a good place to start because it's been bugging me for the past 3-4 years. I don't know how long the hell it's been out. But it's Twilight. You guessed it. That's right. Okay. I'm not sure if it's just like automatically as a guy. I'm just opposed to it, turned off by it completely. Like, if there was a sex drive that went along with Twilight, it's like, you know, when a guy gets excited, it usually goes whoop. But imagine, like, let's just say I become a girl. Let's go with that when I get turned off. That makes sense, right? No, it doesn't. It's a stupid, not stupidly written, but I'm not saying that it's bad literature, it's bad written, the movies aren't that well made, minus the special effects, which really annoy me. Because it's like, let's run through the air because we're jumping, so I'm just going to keep running because that's not going to throw me off course or whatnot. Physics don't apply to most movies, I find out. But what annoys me is the fact that there aren't any werewolves or vampires in it. Which is lame because it's, you know, supposed to be a movie about werewolves and vampires and some stupid Bella girl who's kind of between it all. But, meet the TV. What annoys me is, okay, so her so-called vampires, aren't really vampires. I mean, like, being, like, grown up on, or raised, on actual vampire stories, like, you know, you get all those books, what are they called, Cirque du Freak. Those are great vampire books. I haven't read that many vampire books, but, like, you know, watching Underworld first, Underworld Evolution, Underworld Rise of the Lycans, Moonlight, which is a great TV series, Ginger Snaps, which is a really stupid movie, but it's about werewolves. Yeah, it's like, okay, so vampires going out in the sun, it's supposed to go combust. Oh, Blade, there's another one. That's how it goes, you know, vampires step on the sun, they go well, unless you're a daywalker, in which case, whatever, it's only because he's black. Okay, so sparkling in the sun, like, that must make, I mean, okay, so take the guy and the girl vampires. Notice how in, like, the movies and the books, the girl characters are always the happy ones that are kind of jumping around and they're always enthusiastic and whatnot. That's because they're okay being sparkly. They're perfectly okay with that because they're girls. I mean, probably in their past life they were like, you know, sparkles everywhere. I'm going to a dance. I'm going to throw a bunch of sparkles down on my boobs because it makes them sparkly and more attractive. Now they don't have to do that. Now they walk out into public and it's like, I have my own 2 flashlights right here on my chest. Light. There you go. But notice how, like, the guys, that one guy, I'm not sure what his name is, but, like, he always looks like he's in pain. He's just like, all the time. You wanna know why that is? It's because he himself knows he's cursed. He knows he's cursed. It's like, oh my god. When I go out in the sun, I look like the gayest man in the world. That's not completely true because Edward looks 10 times more manlier, and when he goes out in the sun, then he becomes the gayest guy in the world. Which brings me to my theory of a backstory to why they glow like that. Ooh, a good point. If you've seen the 5th series of Doctor Who with Matt Smith, I didn't even realize this till now, but there's this really cool episode where they go back to Venice and there's these vampires, but they turn out to be these big fish people from space, which I didn't think of at first because I had this idea that just totally combines and makes it awesome. But, okay, imagine the Twilight vampires evolving from anglerfish. Think about it for a second. Think. What do anglerfish do? they glow. They had a little glowy thing that attracts fishes to it because it's so pretty. And then as soon as the glowing's done, this big evil monster comes out and eats them. It's the same thing with vampires. It's like they go in this, oh, look at me, I'm all glowy. And now I think about it, that's one of the lines in the book. I've only seen the movies, and I've heard passages from the book, and I'm just not excited with it. But like, he's like, that's what happens. I'm all beautiful and pretty, and you get so attracted with me, and then I eat you. In both ways. And so, I mean, like, seriously, I mean, I couldn't print it out, but I have this watch here for, look at this. I'm not sure if it'll work on here, but I took a picture. I got a picture online about an anglerfish and Edward Cullen getting all sparkly. I'm pretty sure you can see the correlation. I'm just saying, look at it. There's an anglerfish, okay? It's glowing, it's pretty. Any fish would be attracted to it because of this little glowy thing here, and it's, oh, look at it, it's so pretty. And then it gets all these teeth out and eats you. Now look at Edward. Such a gorgeous man right there. I mean, yeah, look at that. He's all sparkly. He's got the pecs, whatnot. Who wouldn't be attracted to that man? Oh. But as soon as you get close, they both just turn into these disgusting evil creatures that just want to eat you. Thus, my theory, what happens is they evolved from anglerfish, and that's just how it works. I don't know how to put it any plainer. They're fish people. That's all they are. They're not vampires. They're just fish people. So, and which brings me, or moving on to the werewolves. So apparently now werewolves can only be Indian. I mean, I'm not Indian. I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm a werewolf, pretty much. I'm only like 17 years old. Look at that. Werewolf, right there. And do I look Cherokee Indian? No, I'm not. So, that's just one thing that bugs me. I mean, not the whole, like, you know, only Indians can be werewolves and whatnot. But the fact that they're not werewolves. They're not lycanthropes. They're shapeshifters. It's like when I first heard that they're not werewolves, they're just shapeshifters and these big wolves. It's like, oh, well, I got enough of that when I was a kid reading Animorphs, and those books were annoying. Honestly, now I think back to it, those books were really, really annoying. And it's just like, I don't know. And it's just like together, both of those just like turn me off. It's like, you know, you go to the vampires and it's like, oh, you're sparkling in the sunlight. You must just got out of a gay bar. But apparently girls are attracted to both those. Honestly, I mean, seriously, like I can see what's going on here. It's they're giving, the book gives a good sight into the future. Kind of. Interpret it this way. What I think about it is girls are somehow gonna get all involved in the sciences and whatnot, and they're gonna find a way to make every man on the planet and every man born after that to be these muscle-bound, six-packed men that are covered in hair, have like a wolf tail, and all their hair sparkle, and they have no emotion. Just lust. That's all it is. I mean, no one loves each other in Twilight. It's like, you're so hot. I just want to have sex with you. That was my interpretation of Bella. Because she's a cheating whore. Yeah, she plays both fields. So I think that's what's going to happen. Honestly, women are going to want to do that, and you know, we'll all be desensitized, horny, wolf, glow-in-the-dark people with lots of muscles. So that's what's going to happen. So that's my rant on Twilight. It wasn't so much of an angry rant as me trying to be funny rant. But I think I got my points across, and I made some valid points. I did. So, yeah. If you have any comments or anything that you thought, like, you know, Mike, how did you, like, what I hate is when, like, seeing, like, you made this joke, but you didn't make another joke because, I mean, it's just so obvious. Like, during Bob Saget's roast, no one made a Bob Faggot joke. I mean, it's there. It was so plain to see, and no one made the joke. So if you see something in the rant that I could have made a joke about, post it in the comments below, or send me a message, or whatnot, and if you have any tips, let me know. So yeah, that's been the first rant with Mike. Thanks for watching.